Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up? It's another episode of SR Synth Weekly, and we've got a lot of good stuff today. It's all going to be a little different because, number one, as you can see, no couch. No, I'm just trying different things. But this week we have some really different music, It's not going to be full Synthwave, it's not going to be full EDM, it's going to be a little bit of everything this week. So, let's just kick right off and get started. First up, we're going to have... on our list is going to be The Less Dead. They are out of Japan. And they're a synthwave group. It's just a plain old, they call it plain old synthwave. I disagree a little bit. The song is called You Shouldn't Have. Their description is, it is a big space epic inspired by 70s sci-fi. Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly. Sorry, something turned off. But I want to go a little further. As you know, I always like to add my own little stuff to it. I'm calling this is like an end song of a movie, especially your little spacey type movies or a little future cop kind of thing. This is like the hero wins, and it's others watch. Like it's like the hero wins, but the place is destroyed. And it's like, oh my God, is he dead? And then all of a sudden he comes over the ridge, and it's like, here I am. So that kind of gives me that kind of vibe. Also kind of gives me that mid-climax of a movie. Not before the main climax of the movie, but it's like it's another one of those there where I feel like the vibe feels like he's getting mystical powers. It's like, you can't win until you get the powers up, and then here we are, and boom, the lights come down, and all of a sudden, upgrade. I'll use today's thing, since if Mortal Kombat lovers, if you've seen the mid-climax of that, you'll understand. So that's kind of the feeling I get. It's also, I'm giving this one third one because it also kind of gives me that the hero reveals himself to the friends at the end of the movie. It's like, you did all this stuff, and here I am. So that kind of gives me that vibe. So let me know what you think. Again, it's The Less Dead, and it's You Shouldn't Have. I mean, that gives you that whole feeling, doesn't it? I mean, that's just what I felt. You know, the hero is you know, this is like the winning hero. I like that first one I used when he's coming out of the rubble. So let me know what you think at the below, and just tell me what kind of. I'm gonna do it this week. Let's do it this week. Tell me what kind of movie you think it would work on. All these songs would work on. So let me know what you think in the comments. Next up, we have Limited Past. It's a group out of Australia. This song is called UFO. It's from their single from their EP, Wild Woodlands. And this kind of gives me a whole bunch of, you know, kind of cool feeling. It kind of gives me a double. It kind of gives me that hero and villain kind of feel. So I'm going to go with this. Let's start with, it's the hero rallying after defeat. And what I mean by that, you know, you've got the final battle going, and the villain is just beating the living crap out of him. You know, and all of a sudden, you know, it's kind of like that. The hero's like, you're defeated, you can't win, kind of feel. And it kind of gives you that, you know, feeling if he jumps up. Like you've seen in a lot of movies, the hero gets up and is like all of a sudden starts thinking about everything, and can give you that. And all of a sudden he starts wanting to kick, you know, being able to kick the butt. So, I mean, that's kind of what it gives me. It also kind of gives me that vision of a villain. Sorry, like I said, I'm using new setup here. It's a villain showing up in a vision, and I want to say it that way because it's like the vision is like you see the antagonist, or I'm sorry, the protagonist, the hero, and then the protagonist girl, or you know, the hero heroine is getting a vision from the villain, and it's the first time you see the villain. It's in their, you know, like either a prophecy or a mindset, and it's just a whole scene going in that, and then all of a sudden, like that, it pops out of it. I get that feeling with that, and the vocals on it. It kind of just gives me that moody vibe of either, you know, it's either a comeback or it's a, you know, first prophecy showing. So, like I said, let me know what you think, and let me know what kind of movie you think it would work on. Here it is again. It's Limited Past with UFO. So what did you think? I mean, it kind of gives me that hero feel, you know, that prophecy kind of deal. It just, I don't know, I just got that feeling in it. Like I said, let me know what you think, and let me know what movie you think that would work on. So next up we have Into the Blood. They're out of Denmark. This song is called Let's Pretend. It's a Caboan Deep Industrial remix. It's a remix of the original song. This is kind of a little different. It's a synthwave, synth pop group, but they did this song kind of more like an EDM type, and it works great. Like I said, I'm gonna play it. If it's not yodeling, it's gonna go on here. So, but this kind of gives me that whole, you know, it's an anti-hero deal. This is kind of like the whole beginning theme of an anti-hero movie. This kind of gives me that the anti-hero first shows up. He's showing in the town. He's neither good nor evil. He just kind of has that passe look. You know, he's dirty, dropped. You know, not really dirty, but you know, just has that feel of I'm here, but he's, you know, he's been through a lot already. So it kind of gives me that feel as a first start. Also, kind of gives me that feel of the lover. The hero has been gone for a while, and everybody thought he was dead. And all of a sudden he shows up to the lover, and they get a reconnection. More like you know, like the lover has gone into, you know, working or in a club somewhere, and they're fighting or whatever, or even, you know, like an action movie, and everybody thought he was dead, and then all of a sudden, you know, he shows up. The hero shows up, and then, you know, they realize that he's there, and they're, you know, reconnecting. The lovers reconnect. Kind of gives me that, especially with the vocal that they put on it. It kind of gives me that, you know, they've been away for a long time, and oh my God, you're alive kind of feel. So that's kind of what I feel like. Like I said, give me your thoughts below. And again, here it is. It's Into the Blood, and the song's called Let's Pretend.
It's all getting black. Please call my name. Can get it out tonight. It's all getting black. Please call my name. Can get it out tonight. The edge of the world, we gave it a whirl up in the air. Everything was fun. Love was a game. A melody. A melody. I wanna kiss your lips. Let us go, let's pretend. I wanna kiss your lips. Let us go, let's pretend. 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 Let us go, let's pretend.
Like I said, it gives you that. I mean, there's a whole lot of things you can use on that. I still like the lovers, you know, the been dead for a while or a beginning theme. So like I said, let me know what you think, and again, what movie. Next up is we've played her before, but she's changed her name. It's I'm always going to screw her up, so Janet, I'm sorry. It's Sapphira V. She's based out of New York, Western New York. This is her newest song, Home Now. She has some really cool music, and it's electronic. It's more of electronic type, but it kind of works with anything, especially it works with theme songs in movies. This could be a great one for just any kind of. I'm going to say kind of like a future tech kind of movie. So I mean, this is kind of like a heroine group movie. And I don't mean heroine as in, you know, I'm going to shoot myself up. I mean the actual heroine. I'm from the South, so I'm going to screw up how it's pronounced. This is kind of like a heroine police movie. It's kind of like the first showing of, you know, of the heroine of the movie is searching for something. You know, we see her first, and we see her searching for something around the alley. You know, it's kind of like a future tech type thing. Getting set up, and you know, it's just basically the heroine of the movie, and you know, she's at home, and she's or she's searching, or she's on the computer. This is a heroine theme song. Also, this song also kind of gives me that vibe of she's the first. Like I said, it's a first showing, but it also kind of gives me that first time how badass she is. You know, you see her in. I don't want to put it as a sexist, but you know how they like to do in a pan down of like the person, how it pans up, and it's like all the uniform stuff, and it, you know, you see the face, and it, you know, the face is right into the camera. You know, the show, I don't know why they do this, but kind of shows, you know, she's the badass character or he's the badass character, but it kind of gives me that vibe of the beginning of that. Also kind of gives me a future tech bar. And if you're wondering what that means, it's like those bars that you see on sci-fi movies, where you've got aliens, you've got robots, you know, you got cyborg type people, you know, everybody's been enhanced. That kind of movie. That kind of gives me that feeling. The hero arrives, and you know, it's kind of like gives you that montage of him searching for something. He's either searching for the person, asking questions around while the song is playing in the background. And also kind of gives you that feel of, you know, the whole montage gives you that feel while the, you know, like I just use Sapphira. Well, Saphira's on stage playing in the background, and singing in the background, and gives you that montage of searching for something or someone. Also kind of gives me that, like I said, I'm on a police. I don't know why I'm on a police kind of like sci-fi police movie kick on this song, but it's like a title song for the sorry, for a police movie that, you know, it's like police and tech meet, and it's like, you know, you're showing the main protagonist, you know, either getting out of the car, like I said on the early one. So check it out. It's Sapphira V, and it's Home Now.
Home now. Home now. Home now. Cause I won't stop looking, I won't stop looking. Cause I won't stop looking, I won't stop looking. This is my home now. Cause I won't stop looking, I won't stop looking. This is my home now. 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 Cause I won't stop looking, I won't stop looking. Cause I won't stop looking, I won't stop looking. This is my home now. Cause I won't stop looking, I won't stop looking. This is my home now. This is my home now. This is my home now. This is my home now.
I mean, I don't know why I have a big kick on that, but, you know, the police movie kind of gives me that feeling on it. But let me know what you think about Sapphira. I love the music, you know, and it's really awesome. So check it out, and like I said, give me, like I've said before on the other ones, just let me know what kind of movies you think these would come out of. But anyway, next up we have GhostHost, and they're out of they're out of Atlanta. So, I'm sorry, no, I'm kidding. The song today is Darkness Online. Let me read their description, and then I'll add mine to it. This track is a dark, heavy blast through gritty sounds with some light shining through in the parts, the first single release of his upcoming album. This kind of gives you that, this is an awesome song. It gives you that full title sequence of a, you know, I want to use a full moon type movie, or you know, any kind of like tech type movie. This is an anthem for both. Full moon horror, if you've ever done, they also do a lot of sci-fi stuff like Trancers and stuff. But this is where I get the feeling. It's kind of like a machine robot monsters being made. This is kind of like when you see them on the assembly line as the title sequence comes through. It gives me that whole feel of that. Also kind of gives me that we get to watch it as it's happening, but also get to see the program. That's where you see in the song you hear some lighter points in it. It kind of gives you that, you know, they're being programmed, and you know, until the next break, and boom, there you go, here they are. Also kind of gives me a I want to re-say it like this. It's kind of like a cyborg first shows up and it's creating havoc in the town. You know, you first see it, you know, it comes over the ridge, or I like saying a lot over the ridge because that's a cool scene. But it comes in the town and everything, it starts wreaking havoc. It's just showing up, and the townspeople, or you know, the population gets a first glimpse of it, and they just kind of stuck, and then it starts wreaking havoc. And that's kind of what I feel, town. It kind of gives you that thing, and the group reaction, it's just kind of like that. You know, it's a havoc kind of feel, and there's some light parts when it's searching around. I wouldn't say searching around to kill anybody, but searching and seeing, you know, certain things, and then it goes back to havoc. Also, kind of gives me that feeling, and I actually saw the movie and I can't remember it. I have a bad memory when it comes to movie names, but it's kind of like that where the hero and villain first meet, and it's not where they're fighting. It's where they just have a first meeting with their groups together, or them together, and they just come together and they have their talk, and they're, you know, you can't beat me, I can't beat you, and you know, they have like a conversation and, you know, walk off. That's kind of what it gives me. So like I said, let me know what you think, and like I said, it's an awesome song. It's GhostHost, and the song is called Darkness Online.
Lights out, everybody.
So like I said, I mean, it kind of gives you that, like a, you know, it kind of gives you a whole lot of things you can work with on it. But I like the, you know, I still like the title machine made and you know, cyborg kind of deal. So like I said, let me know what you think. Next up, this is going to be completely different than what I'm normally doing. They're a synth pop group, and this group is called, I'm going to screw it up, it's ROOTMITTEN. And I hope I said it right. ROOTMITTEN, and the song is called Through the Orchids. It's a group out of Glasgow, and the song's awesome, actually. It's a more vocal pop sound, synth pop type. Kind of gives me a almost punk pop type sound, but it's really cool. I like the whole song. It kind of gives me that. This is one, and they're probably going to completely say I'm wrong on this, because my opinion is going to be different than everybody else's. But this is just kind of what I felt like, because I like using the movies. This is like the bad group, you know. This is a bad group theme. And what I mean by bad group, I don't mean, you know, like the evil villains. I mean, like, this is the group or gang that you see, and they're always the ones you see out there together, and they're kind of like just don't care about anybody. They're kind of like the badass group, you know. They're kind of like the anti-hero group, you know. They don't care about it. They don't act like they care about anybody, and they just act, you know, they push people around. But, you know, it's just that kind of group. This is, like I said, it's a sci-fi anti-hero group too. That they're, the best way to describe it, it's like you got the high school groups that, you know, they're the badass group, and they're the not popular, but they're the ones that nobody wants to mess with. That's kind of what I feel. Kind of like a class of 1999 feel. You know, those groups that you have. This is a theme from one of the groups. If you haven't seen that movie, go see it. Also kind of gives me that same, this is a group feel. It gives me that group feel of, you know, the anti-hero group is at a bar, and they're just talking about before the climax of what they're going to be doing, or, you know, or what's going on. They're basically giving you the entire elaboration of the plot just while sitting down. That kind of gives me that feel. Also, I kind of get this in a different feel, and I wrote this one down because it's kind of, I wrote this one extra because this was it's kind of like a two lovers in a cyberpunk setting, and what I mean by that is, like, you know, they're having a great time, and they're getting together, and, you know, you see them working on their tech together, and they're, you know, it's kind of like cyber, I don't want to say, you know, they're upgrading together, and they're together, and it's just, you know, kind of gives you that, they're both anti-heroes, they don't care about the world, they only care about each other. That kind of feel, that's, those are the biggest feelings I get off of this song. The vocals are awesome, and it's just, all the way around, it kind of works on this whole set. But like I said, check it out. Let me know what you think, because everybody has an opinion on what kind of movie or what kind of visuals you think. So again, it's ROOTMITTEN, and it's Through the Orchids.
See him wearing cotton, comfort is too often forgotten, and all the games he makes are ill-gotten. Can't pin him down, you should just stop fucking around. Done nothing to make us proud. A free pimp look, and he's drug fucked. Just new people's names, and only good things. He likes the flames up, and I'll tell you what, he can see a kiss through the orchids. He can see a kiss through the orchids. He can see a kids on their horses. He can see a kiss through the orchids. He can see a kids on their horses.
like I said, I like that feeling of the just the badass group. You know, that's their main theme song. So just kind of like an anti-hero group. I don't know why that just pops in my head. But anyway, let me know what you think. And like I said, like and subscribe to all of their social media down there. Make sure you're following them. And if you like their stuff, buy it. Last up today, we have Neon Asteroid. They're a group out of Sweden. It's a major synthwave group. And the song today I'm using is called Running. This gives me a whole lot of this is your basic nostalgic feel of I'm sorry, I don't want to say basic. This is your nostalgic feel of 80s, mid 80s, 90s feeling. I'm going to go with a space type movie on this. This is just, you know, this is just what I feel, because it works with anything, kind of like the 80s type feel. But this is kind of like this is a lovers, you know, meeting together after the climax of a movie, you know, kind of like I said with the first, with The Less Dead. But it kind of gives me that, you know, he made it through, they're reconnecting, like I've said in a few others, you know, they reconnect after the movie and everybody's well and good. Also kind of gives me, I don't know why I was thinking about this, but it gives me a spaceship feel of the space and crew. The ship and crew were flying through space to their destination, and it kind of like it's kind of like the end of a movie feel of that, where it just sees the whole crew after, you know, the long hell that they've been through, and it just sees them, you know, not really coming together, but, you know, seems them working on their individual groups with a sigh of relief. That's the term I want to use. And you know, they show their camaraderie together, you know, and loss and, you know, happiness and all that at once as they fly away. And then, you know, the movie ends, you know, with the spaceship just, you know, going through. Like I said, also on there, I want to say that they give the, you know, it's a lovers meeting after the fight, after the movie. But that's kind of what I feel. I mean, there's so much on here you can with that song. There's so much you can just use it on. But that's the two I think of right off the bat. So like I said, check it out. Sorry, it's Neon Asteroid and it's Running. like I said, I don't have to, you know, say too much more about that because it's just, you know, gives you that whole feel of a lot of different synth movies, you know, synth-based movies. So, like I said, let me know what you think. That's it for today, this week, and I appreciate everybody's love, and I appreciate all the music. I don't really have much to say this week. Just make sure you like and subscribe. If you have any friends that have not subscribed to my channel, let them know, especially if they're big synth lovers. Let them know to subscribe and check it out. Also, if you know any artists that have not yet seen it and they're synth artists, music artists, I don't care. Just any kind of music right now. And they want to be showcased. They can't be signed to a label because, I mean, to a major label because that's just too much of a headache. But if they're new artists and they want to be heard and they want an outlet to be heard, hey, send them my way. Send them my Twitter, which is below, or send them my website and they can submit their music. If you're an artist and you're watching and you haven't submitted your music, what are you waiting on? Send it here. I'd love to play it. But anyway, I hope everybody has a great week. And I'll be back next week, probably sunburned because I'm going to be out in the drag races. So, like I said, leave your comments below, like, subscribe, and I'll see everybody next week. Later.